Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Stories for Beginners. On this channel, stories become your teacher. We practice with the shadowing technique, listen carefully, then repeat after me. Copy my voice, my speed, and my feeling. This trains your brain to think in English instead of translating. Today's story is called I Went to Beijing. You will practice real travel English for airports, immigration, baggage claim, transportation, hotel check-in, buying tickets, asking for directions, and ordering food. Stay until the end, and your rhythm and pronunciation will grow step by step. Are you ready? Let's begin. The decision?
My name is Anna. I have always wanted to see the Forbidden City. I saved for 1 year and watched many videos. In March, I found a good ticket to Beijing. Departure from Singapore, arrival at Beijing Capital Terminal 3. I checked visa rules on the airline website. I printed my itinerary and hotel address in English and Chinese. I packed warm clothes and comfortable shoes. I added a phrase list with useful sentences. I set 2 alarms for my early flight.
Airport morning.
I reached the airport 3 hours before departure. The check-in agent asked for my passport and return ticket. She asked, "How many days will you stay in China?" I answered, 7 days. She placed a tag on my suitcase and printed my boarding pass. She said, "Gate C15, boarding at 7:40. Please keep your liquids under 100 milliliters." I thanked her and went to security. I removed my laptop and my small toiletry bag. The officer scanned my items and nodded. I walked to the gate with a calm breath.
Boarding and flight.
At the gate, the screen showed on time. Families lined up and business travelers checked phones. I listened to the announcement for Group 3. I scanned my pass and entered the aircraft. A flight attendant greeted me with a friendly smile. I found seat 21A and stored my backpack under the seat. The safety video played with clear subtitles. We pushed back and began to taxi. Clouds opened as we climbed east. I wrote in my notebook, "Beijing, here I come."
Arrival and health code.
We landed in a soft afternoon light. Signs led to the International Arrivals and Health Declaration. A screen showed a QR code for the arrival form. I connected to the airport Wi-Fi and filled in my details. Name, flight number, seat number, and recent travel. The confirmation page turned green and showed a check mark. I took a screenshot in case the Wi-Fi dropped. A staff member scanned my code at the entry point. He said, "Welcome, follow the blue line to immigration." I thanked him and walked forward.
Immigration interview.
The immigration hall was bright and organized. An officer waved me to the counter. He looked at my passport and my hotel booking. He asked, "Purpose of visit?" I answered, "Tourism, 7 days." He asked, "Address in Beijing?" I showed the printed page with Chinese characters. He stamped my passport and returned it. He said, "Enjoy your stay." I smiled and said, "Thank you."
Baggage claim and customs.
Belt 12 showed our flight number. I waited near the oversized luggage sign. My suitcase arrived with a bright orange strap. I checked the tag and the lock. Customs signs showed the red channel and green channel. I had nothing to declare, so I followed the green lane. A guard asked, "Do you carry food or large electronics?" I said no. He waved me through with a polite nod. I stepped into the arrival hall and felt relieved.
SIM, cash, and apps.
I looked for a mobile counter near exit A. A clerk helped me buy a local ESIM for 7 days. I tested the data and opened my map app. At an ATM, I withdrew some Chinese yuan. A sign explained WeChat Pay and Alipay for foreign cards. I linked my travel card to one wallet for small purchases. I downloaded a translation app with offline Mandarin. I saved key phrases like subway, ticket, and receipt. I photographed my hotel address again for safety. I was ready to move into the city.
Airport train to the city.
I followed the signs for the Airport Express. A machine accepted bank cards and showed English. I bought a ticket to Dongshimen Station. The platform was clean and quiet. The train doors closed with a soft chime. Tall buildings appeared as we left the airport zone. I studied the subway map above the door. Line 2 and Line 13 connected at my stop. I planned one transfer to reach my hotel. The ride felt smooth and simple.
Subway transfer.
At Dongshimen, I followed the transfer arrows. I bought a rechargeable transit card for convenience. An attendant showed me the correct gate with a hand gesture. I tapped in and joined the crowd online too. A digital screen lists stops in English and Chinese. I listened for my station, Jiangguomen. I moved toward the door one stop early. The train slowed and the doors opened wide. I exited with steady steps and checked exit C on the map. Warm air rose from the station as I climbed the stairs.
Hotel check-in.
The hotel lobby was bright with red lanterns. The receptionist asked for my passport and reservation. She confirmed breakfast time and Wi-Fi details. She requested a small deposit on my card. I signed the form and received my key card. She gave me a city map and circled famous sites. She wrote, Tiananmen and Forbidden City, Monday closed. I thanked her and rode the elevator up. My room was simple and quiet. I messaged my family. Arrived safely in Beijing.
First night walk.
The evening air was cool and gentle. Street trees rustled above wide sidewalks. I found a small noodle shop with an English menu. I ordered beef noodles and jasmine tea. The chef worked quickly behind a glass window. The bowl arrived steaming with fresh herbs. I tasted the broth and felt comfort. I paid with my wallet app and received a digital receipt. I strolled back past bookshops and bakeries. City lights painted soft gold on the street.
Forbidden City morning.
I booked a timed ticket on the official site. I carried my passport for entry verification. Security asked me to open my bag for a quick check. Inside the gate, courtyards opened one after another. Red walls and golden roofs shone in the sun. Audio guides described ceremonies and daily life. I paused at a quiet corner to breathe. History felt close but peaceful. I wrote 3 words in my notebook: scale, order, and patience. I left by the north gate and crossed the canal.
Jingshan and Hutong.
I climbed Jingshan Hill for a full view. The city stretched in soft layers of color. A light wind touched the trees near the pavilion. I asked a guard, which path goes down to the Hutong? He pointed to a shaded stairway. I wandered into narrow lanes with gray brick walls. A woman sold fresh yogurt in small glass jars. I bought one and sat on a low bench. 2 children laughed and chased a yellow ball. The lane smelled of sesame oil and tea.
Great Wall Day Trip.
I booked a morning bus to Mutianyu. A guide explained the shuttle system and the return time. At the ticket window, I showed my passport and booking code. The cable car rose above quiet pines. The wall curved like a stone river over hills. Flags fluttered at distant watchtowers. I walked slowly and drank water at each tower. A sign said, "Please do not engrave the bricks." I stood alone for a minute and memorized the view. The sky felt wide and steady.
Language and help.
Back in the city, I needed a pharmacy. I asked a shopkeeper with my translation app. She read my screen and pointed left at the corner. Inside, the pharmacist spoke simple English. She offered cold medicine and a receipt. I thanked her and practiced one phrase in Mandarin. She smiled and repeated it more clearly. I learned the tone and tried again. She nodded and gave me a thumbs up. Kindness made the city easy to navigate.
Temple of Heaven.
In the morning, I visited a large park. Older residents practiced Tai Chi under tall trees. A choir sang softly near a stone wall. The hall of prayer for good harvest stood bright and blue. I read a sign about ancient ceremonies for crops. I listened to a guide explain alignment and design. I watched the sun move across the round roof. I sat on a bench and wrote, "Balance of earth and sky." I refilled my bottle at a public fountain. I left by a side gate and felt calm.
Payment and tickets.
At a museum, I tried to pay with my card. The machine asked for a 6-digit PIN I did not have. The clerk suggested WeChat Pay or cash. I used cash and asked for a printed ticket. I stored the ticket in a clear pouch with my passport. I set a small rule for myself: always carry a little cash for small shops. Always keep digital and paper copies of bookings. Always photograph meeting points and return times. Small habits remove small problems.
Last day errands.
I printed my boarding pass at a hotel kiosk. I confirmed my airport train time for the morning. I packed gifts in soft clothing to protect them. I placed my liquids in a clear 1-liter bag. I checked my passport, wallet, and transit card. I set an alarm and a backup alarm. I charged my phone and my battery pack. I sent one line to my family: "Flight tomorrow, all set." I stood at the window and watched the city lights. I felt grateful and rested.
Departure morning.
I reached the airport express before rush hour. At Terminal 3, signs guided me to departures. I returned my transit card for a small refund. At check-in, the agent weighed my suitcase. She asked, "Any power banks inside the checked bag?" I said, "No, I carry them with me." She nodded and placed a tag on my luggage. Security asked me to remove the laptop and liquids again. Everything passed smoothly, and I reached the gate early. I bought tea and sat by the window.
What Beijing gave me.
On the flight, I closed my eyes and reviewed the week. I learned to follow signs calmly in 2 languages. I learned to keep paper copies when the phone was low. I learned simple phrases and spoke them with care. I learned to move slowly in crowded places. I learned to ask staff and trust their guidance. Beijing gave me history, order, and quiet power. It also gave me confidence in new systems. Travel is a classroom with many small tests. I felt ready for the next journey.
Great job today. You listened, repeated, and shadowed each line with me. I went to Beijing shows that travel is not only about places, it is about preparation, clear questions, simple phrases, and small habits that make every step easier. Shadowing works the same way. One line at a time, your English becomes smoother and more natural. If you enjoyed this story, please like the video, share it with a friend, and subscribe to English Stories for Beginners for more shadowing practice. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new story. One page, one story, one step your English will grow. Thank you for learning with me. See you in the next video.